come one, come all. It's the Funsie episode. We about to ball. Oh, dude, right off the dome piece, right off the top.
Yeah,
Yo,
that wasn't
crazy.
even scripted.
That wasn't even scripted. Dude,
That
we're
was
just crazy.
fire.
We're crazy like that. Kendrick will call me later. All right, yo, we got Jay Millie, we got Ben, we got myself. Episode 7, dude. We're in the first grade right now. We're drawing pictures of like clone troopers and Naruto just over and over again. I think I'm just talking about like my personal experience, but yeah, guys, yo, what's up?
Life's crazy. Life's happening. I think I don't know. I'm very, very blessed. Life's good.
You.
I played the Q series this weekend, and I absolutely stunk it up.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to. We'll get more into that in a second. I think that right off the top, we should probably address the large elephant that's just sitting in the corner of the room right now. That was last week's episode, because I didn't end up listening to the episode later on, other than just like trying to do clips for reels. But I think Kiara texted me later that day, just being like, "Hey, did you know that there's just like an entire portion of the episode that is just all messed up?" And I was like, "Really?" So, send it over to Ben, and then like my sister, like, let me know. And it's
Yep.
it is unfortunate, but problems are going to happen. Hopefully the other episodes that we've had, like kind of shows the quality of what we aim to do. But obviously not every single time can be perfect. It's unfortunate because we had Broderick with us, but I think it's better that we end up posting it, because it was a really cool experience getting to meet him for the first time and just chat with him. So hopefully you guys got something out of that.
The most sad part was it was such a fire episode too.
I know.
Got into some great discussions.
Yeah, Ben, do
Yes.
you just want to like share? I mean, like, we know, but maybe just share. quickly
Yeah.
why.
So like it's just a work in progress. I'm still learning a bunch of stuff of producing a show on my own, and that was just another lesson. So I think like as the episodes go by, like it'll get more cleaner. I'll know everything. But Broderick on YouTube, his voice didn't match up with the video, so it was just like he would talk, but the voice wouldn't come, or vice versa. So it was just like it wasn't matching up his lips. So I'm like, dude, what is happening? So I tried toying with it, and then I think around the 45-minute marker, I set a delay to try and fix it, and I thought that might have fixed it, but I didn't realize it was messing up the post production. So I didn't, it was just a thing where I didn't know that was what it was doing. I thought it was doing it in live real time. I didn't realize that it was delaying his voice even more. So that's why it was all like mashed up. But it's still, if you can, it's still a good episode. I think it was only maybe like, I don't know, maybe like 20 minutes of kind of like the jumble, but then everything else came back to normal because I just changed it back. I was like, I don't think this is doing anything. But yeah, it's unfortunate, but I'm just going to learn more and more. And yeah, unfortunately, there wasn't really anything I could do. It just recorded like that. But yeah, in the future, stick with us. This episode's going to be good because now I know what not to do in that scenario. But still listen to it. I mean, you can still piece it together a little bit during that time. You can still piece it. It might be a little annoying.
Yeah, we're figuring it out. I mean, we're three Frisbee boys that are just like bought some equipment, and we're like, yeah, we'll do this, I guess. Like we'll make it happen, but we're gonna figure it out along the way. So thank you guys for tuning in.
Thanks
and
for
this
sticking.
is going to be one episode out of thousands of episodes.
Correct.
Exactly. So that was the only mess up we'll ever have.
Ever.
So hopefully ever, but yeah, apologies. That was 100% my fault. But like I said, it's just like when you don't know something, I thought that was the solution. Turns out it was not the solution. But
Can't win them all.
Josh, you want to share some details about that Q series? Or do you not?
No, for sure, dude.
I was rooting for you, man.
yeah, I want to talk to. I just want to ask a question. Talk to us about like if you were feeling like, or if nerves were into play because it was a huge Q series. But anyways, go.
Yeah, so for the people who might not have been keeping up, which I'm sure is probably most of you guys, I played the Q series this weekend in Austin, which if you win it or do well, you have a potential to get a tour card for the next season. And this was my first MPO event, technically, because I don't know. I don't want to get into it. It was my first MPO event, pretty much. And so I was playing, and I didn't really have any expectations. I thought maybe I had potential to like cash or like be middle of the line. Like I know my ceiling, and that's probably about where it is. So coming in, I didn't really have any expectations. And like, interestingly enough, I did. So long story short, I played bad. I was like bottom of the field. But interestingly enough, like I wasn't necessarily nervous. I think I was just like the smallest amount off on everything. And it wasn't because of nerves. It was just, I'm a typical MA1 player, which I like to tell people is MA1 is when you can shoot like 10-15, 10-20, but you also shoot 900 sometimes. And I think that just is what happened this weekend is I shot 900. I was off, I made a bunch of putts, but they were left side because I was a little bit off and then they didn't go in, right? Or I missed the gap by a few inches, kicked off a tree and went OB. So day one, I played fine. I had a spit out on like hole 3 or 4, and that kind of threw me off the rest of the round. And then day 2, I took 12 OB strokes. And I don't want to get into it too much, but the synopsis of the course was it was DDO. Like there was just every hole had so much artificial OB. Like, in my personal opinion is I just did not have fun. Like that just was not a fun disc golf experience. Like, yeah, I understand it, but like, I don't know. It just wasn't even fun playing disc golf. I guess part of it is, I went OB so much, so I'm a little bit biased, but like, I think even if I didn't go OB, I'd still be like, yeah, that wasn't that much fun. Cause at least 4 of those OB strokes, I was like, oh yeah, I threw a good stroke, a good shot, and I was OB. There was, I think, 6 or 7 holes where the OB was 10 feet off of the basket. It's like the circle should at least be in bounds, but whatever. I'm over it. And then last day I kind of cleaned it up, played Sprinkle Valley, which is where the U.S. Women's Disc Golf Championship was.
This year.
And it was a longer layout. So there was like, I think 5 or 6 longer they moved the pin positions to the longer. And that course, you guys need to play it.
That looks brutal.
It was brutal, but it's a really fun course. And I took 5 birdies, but I kind of also took like 6 bogeys and a triple bogey, and that's what ruined me. But like I think it's a really good course for like, you could shred it. Like you could shoot -11. I took 5 birdies and I missed a few putts to get birdies other places. And if I just take pars on those other holes, then I could have shot, -8, -9. But I also I ended up shooting +5. Like I think it's a great course, and I honestly see the potential for it being on the Pro Tour. I don't know if they're trying to or not, but it was sick. I really enjoyed it. But I think all in all, poor performance.
Hey, it all comes with the package of disc golf or just anything in life. Like, not everything's always going to go how you want it to.
Yeah. I actually shot a 990 right around this weekend.
There you go, dude.
A buff? In the rain?
In a monsoon, yes. Shout out my wonderful, lovely girlfriend, Olivia. She caddied for me second round, and it was a game changer. It was like I was playing buff in the sunniest day ever. My hands were completely dry, and it was awesome. Yeah, and I shot even. And that was a 990 right round because it was a monsoon practically the entire day, and it was pretty bad, but yeah, we stuck through.
Yeah, can confirm. I was only like a couple towns over, and I was like, maybe I'll like try to play disc golf. I was 2 holes in, and I was like, no, this isn't happening today. And then shout out to our boy Brian Buckley. He ended up slipping on the tee pad and smoking his back. So hope he's doing a little better.
Yeah, I hope you're doing well,
today.
Baby Bucks. Team Hooli. Oh, speaking of, shout out Hooligan Discs. They're amazing. Check out. They just dropped the thread. I've been punting with the Glow of Dimes. Use code BEN10 at checkout to get 10% off. You won't regret it.
Shout out Armory. Use code JMillie.
All the good stuff. Yeah, so actually, I didn't end up announcing it yet because it wasn't like anything official per se. But I'm also on team Birdie Disc Golf Supply now, and they're just
Yeah.
sending out some molds that
Are
I'll
you
be
gonna get a tour
reviewing and
series?
just who knows, man, who knows.
I think you are.
So yeah, thankful that they're doing that, and thankful for Hooli and Disc Golf Bra. Kind of
Yes.
a cool update for myself that I actually have not ended up sharing publicly at all. But I guess if you follow me, you've maybe kind of seen me sharing some stuff. So I actually now am an editor for Another Round Disc
Yes,
Golf.
sir.
Let's go, Sajko. You deserve it.
Yeah,
Who's him?
kind of crazy actually to like say that out loud. Like I'm kind of the kind of person where when I have an announcement like that, it almost makes me nervous to announce it because it almost feels like, look at me, look how freaking sick I am. And like it almost feels like I'm bragging, but obviously that's not the case. But yeah,
Yeah,
just
you're
very,
proud.
yeah, I'm just proud and very grateful that they would do that because like starting to make disc golf content. We'll get into this a little bit later. I'm just making it because I have fun making it, and that's kind of what Joseph ended up saying to me. He's like, I could tell that if you are just making content because you enjoy doing it, and there's like only so many other creators that you can tell that are really doing that. So thankful for them. It'll kind of be like a project to project basis. I've done a couple so far. So yeah, I guess keep an eye out for some of those. Thank
Yeah.
you
Do
to
you
them.
think it had to do
Congratulations.
with doing some edits for Funsie at all?
I think
think
it did to a
it's-
certain degree because
Huge.
because they like we had him on early, obviously,
Yeah.
and he saw kind of like a different style that is, you know, I don't doing a podcast. I've never edited for a podcast before. I just kind of like, okay, let me take these clips, and it's like, how do you make like nearly
Yeah,
standstill
make it
clips of us
silly.
talking?
Yeah.
Yeah, how do we try to make that entertaining? Obviously, like what we're saying is interesting, but I don't know, just kind of like put my dumb ADHD flair on them, and I'm glad that people are enjoying them.
Yeah, I think it's a test. I think it's a cool testament
Holding
that
it
like
down.
I know we talked about it before, Sacco, but before we started Funsie, I was talking about like like just starting anything in disc golf related. If you get your like foot in the door, then the opportunities start flooding. Like before I forget, we were just talking about like disc golf and like our lives and career, and then this was before Funsie, and then we started Funsie, and then it was like almost instantly. You start editing and posting reels, and then Joseph was like, yo, like this is sick. So what I was gonna say is it's a testament, like if you're listening to us in a content creator or want to make content or anything, all you have to do is start. You might not, Sacco's overnight success, it's not like an overnight success. He's been grinding for, I've known him for like a year and a half now. He's been grinding at it, where it's like now he has the opportunity to edit for Another Round because he's made a name for himself, and then he just capitalized on the opportunity he had by just showcasing his skills. So I think you just got to start, and then once you get your foot in the door, the opportunities will start to come. So to encourage you all.
Thank you.
Sacco gets to edit because he's him.
He
That's
is him.
the
Honestly,
synopsis.
so yeah, like the Sacco's a real MVP. Shout out Sacco. This podcast would not be as successful off the bat without you, Sacco. So thank you. But I will poke a little funny. I thought the funniest part of the mini sub club thing, you're like, shut up, Joseph. Words are boring. And then you proceeded to like give us an entire essay right after that.
Oh, completely.
So, but no, it was a great first intro to Sacco. That was like welcome to the world, Sacco. This is me.
Yeah.
This is who I am.
I think the biggest thing is like I think content's going away from it, but in general, it seems like people like to put up a persona to try to appear better than they are. And I think that you do a really good job of just being yourself. And like, that's when people vibe with it the most. You can only
Correct. Yes.
fake it for like a certain amount of time. And I think you are
And
just yourself, and you're
it's
hilarious.
just
So
Yeah, you guys are
Depressing.
gassing me up
Yeah.
right now. I'm just over here like,
This
Dude,
is just a
because we
Sajko hype
appreciate
episode.
I never want you to make you feel under valued and appreciated at any time. Like, you know, we appreciate you're huge. And what I was gonna say is you know, and it can get depressing when you're just not yourself. Like I've always been myself personally in anything, but like I don't know, like I couldn't imagine trying to be someone else and then like going home being like, bro, like having to think about your every move. Like it's just like, just be yourself. And if you don't have a boring personality, then just think of how to, you know, use that boring personality. I'm saying like you don't have to be like jumping up and down if that's not you. You can just be your own personality in your own way. That's what I'm trying to say.
Right. Everyone has something to offer. So
Yes.
hopefully, you know, I'm just an average guy. I just started making it because I enjoyed making it. And I feel like I like from the beginning, I was pretty good at just being like, I don't care if I'm weird. Like I know a lot of people say they're like, I don't care what people think. And I'm sure to a certain degree, deep down, I do. But I feel like I'm really good at just being like, I don't care if I look dumb. I don't care if I make myself like I look bad at disc golf or good at like I just don't care. So hopefully I can be kind of a testament, I guess, where just like just don't give up. Just keep making the stuff because you enjoy doing it. Like we talked about before, there will be days that you don't really want to do it, but then you finish the product and you're like, man, I feel so good. And then who knows, that could end up being that one video that you're like, wow, that like people really seem to enjoy that one, and I didn't even feel like making it, but it did well. That's not why you should do it, but you get my point.
It's just wake up and do it. Like
Just keep doing it.
Just do it. Just keep doing it. So yeah, if to encourage everyone here, just post that video, press publish, as Jay Millie's hat would always say. And yeah, just go for it. I mean, chase your dreams. Who's gonna stop you? You're not gonna be 83 and be like, I wish I didn't post that video back in 60 years ago. So embarrassing. No, you're probably gonna be like, what was YouTube? Anyways.
Yeah, do
Moving on.
Yeah, that was really good. So we're gonna get more into just like random droning conversation because we're going into the icebreaker.
Yes. Dude, I'm in a silly, goofy mood today.
Dude, I love it. That's great.
Silly
Yeah, for the
goofy,
icebreaker this week, I want to know your biggest strength and weakness as a figure in the disc golf space. So I put figure. You can view that as social media content creation. You can view that as a player. You can view that as like a business individual. You could even answer all three of those or two of them or whatever really works for you. So it's very difficult for me to focus because I'm just staring into Doug Dimmadome's eyes for listeners right now as Ben holds him up. So if anyone would like, go for it.
I think mine is the same for both.
Okay.
My biggest strength and my biggest weakness is the same, and I think it's
I work too hard.
Well, it's kind of that actually.
Oh my dude, that's like the best. Not to cut you off, but that like if you go in for a job interview and they're like, "What's your biggest weakness?" You're like, "I work too hard."
Well, what I'm gonna say is essentially, I think my biggest strength and my biggest weakness is that I'm willing to put more effort into each of my videos than everyone else is.
Right.
Like every single one of my YouTube videos, I spend near 40 hours editing, filming, whatever, right, doing. And I don't think there's anyone else in this space, or, you know, there probably are, maybe, I don't know. I don't know how much time people put into their stuff, but I would say that my biggest strength and my biggest weakness is that I am willing to go like the extra mile for my content to try to ensure that it is the highest quality that I'm putting out. But also, like, I think that gives me an edge, but at the same time, you know, I'm not able to pump out content like Bodanza is, you know, I'm not able to post a video every single day. Because I'm spending, you know, weeks on one video, months on one video. The video I'm posting today, or I guess yesterday, from the listener's viewpoint, is a video I filmed in April. You know, my lead time is a little long because I edit for so long, and you know, I'm not doing this full time yet. But yeah, biggest strength and weakness, I spend too much time on my stuff, and I think that helps me succeed, but it also holds me back a little bit. So ideally one day I figure out a better way to do it.
Man puts out bangers.
Let's go.
Biggest biggest strength for me personally is I think I'm a little delusional sometimes when it comes to like just like doing things. You know, I have a tattoo on my thigh that says leap of faith, and it's something that has paid off every single time. And I think that, I mean, if you look up here, I got little Miles Morales doing the leap of faith right there. But yeah, I think that's my strength, where it's like, you know, I'll just do something and try it out, even if it's not going to work out. I'll do everything I can, and you know, I'm super passionate, and I just go for it. I think that's a strength, and that I think another strength is that like I actually do really care about the things I do and the people I talk to, and maintaining relationships and
Yeah,
stuff
you
like
can
that.
tell.
Yeah, so I think those are my strengths, where like I really just love disc golf and everything about it, and I just want, you know, I want to build others up with whatever I do. Like with the expos, like just that community alone has done so much for me, and I want to do a lot for, or hopefully I'm doing like the same through others with that community of just like coming together in one room and just hanging out and network. It's just like, I think that's probably my favorite part. It's just like bringing something special like that. My biggest weakness is
He doesn't have weaknesses.
No, I do. I
Yeah,
have a
alpha
few
male,
that I'm
alpha
thinking
male.
about. I have a few that I'm thinking about, but I guess the one that it's kind of will sound corny, but I guess my biggest weakness, or maybe it's not a weakness, is I let things kind of affect me that are out of my control, like very negatively, where it's too so much that I can't stop thinking about it over and over. Like if someone like says a comment to me or something like that, like not a YouTube comment, like someone didn't have a great experience or something, or it you know, kind of eats away at me alive. So I think that's maybe that's a weakness, or maybe that's like just normal human nature. And I think this, so the reason I took Ferris, because I was trying to think of what I thought of when Jamie was talking. This is another thing I thought about my weakness is I have like sometimes like imposter syndrome, as you guys probably already know, where I'm like just think to myself, like, why, like, what did I do to, you know, like, why me? Why are these good things happening to me? Like, do I deserve this, and stuff like that. So I kind of get like imposter syndrome, at least like a decent amount, where it's like oh, like how is this? I don't deserve any of this, or I don't know. I don't really know. It's really hard to explain. I know me and Sajko had a long talk about it, but I guess that's another thing. I just feel sometimes like, I don't know, just a little weird that like these things like happen.
Yeah, imposter syndrome seems like a very unfortunate thing because from an outsider's perspective, hearing you say that, it's like, for us, it doesn't make sense to hear you say that because you obviously put in a bunch of work in the things that you do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like call back to Broad last week. It seems like he's kind of feeling that too. I think anyone that is putting out content, it's just gonna happen from time to time where you question yourself and you're always working hard, like looking into the future. That it's really hard to like appreciate the present, and you're like, do I really deserve this?
Yeah, and
But
it's more so like, and it's that, and it's also more so like you know, like it am I doing everything, like am I doing this, is my heart in the right place when I'm doing this, or am I doing this for like other reasons. Like, and I think that's not even a weakness. I think that's just personal reflection that everyone should have, where, you just think like, you want to put your best foot forward. And it's just sometimes I think like, I don't know. I can't explain it. It's just kind of like, you can't really explain it. It's kind of just like a feeling. Yeah. Where it's just like, am I doing this because I want followers and fame and millions of dollars, or am I doing this because, I genuinely care for this community? And it is always the latter half, but it's just like, sometimes you just like think like, oh, like why do I deserve this? Like, why is everything about money and fame and making money and stuff like that? So that's something that
it's like me sharing the another round news. Like, I feel weird doing that,
example,
but I shouldn't feel weird doing that. I mean, it's the reality.
I think it comes down to, and this is, so I've had a kind of this internal dialogue with me over the past year, and I think it comes down to where your heart is actually at, in the right place. Because there's two ways for you to do it. Is like, I'm another round's editor, like, and in your head you're like, oh, I want everyone to like think I'm so cool, or
no, I'm a or an
yes
for like bigger like more edited videos, I guess we'll say, for like shorts.
Yeah. But like, let's say you were like Coca-Cola's, main lead, or I don't know, and it's something like that. Like, I think the intention of like, yeah, I'm the man, I want everyone to see that, I want everyone to but also your heart could also be in a different place, where it's like, I'm so proud of the hard work that I've done, and I want my friends and others I want to share this experience with others, which I think is completely valid, and it's what we crave and need as human beings, where it's like, when you accomplish something, you want to share it with your loved ones and tell them, and it's just how humans work. We want to like feel loved and stuff like that. So I think that's what I've deduced it down to. It's just about like where your heart's at and in the place, because you could be like, I'm the head Coca-Cola guy, look at me, I'm so cool. Or be like, hey, I'm the head Coca-Cola guy, like, it's such a grateful opportunity. And then you want to celebrate that with others. And I think that's super important, to celebrate your accomplishments with others, or else like it's just like, you just,
I got you.
I don't know. It's depressing, I guess. Like then what are we doing it for?
Yeah. For myself as a creator, I feel like my biggest strength actually is I could take probably nothing and I could probably make it fairly interesting. Like, I would even take on a challenge that you guys could send me a video of you putting, and I feel like I could make it interesting. Whether that's, I don't know. I feel like that's kind of something unique that I kind of bring. And as for my week,
so this is your next short. We're gonna send you some videos of us doing the most lame thing we can imagine.
Like,
you gotta make it fun.
Please, I would love that. Like that. We'll get into that again later.
Though? Can I just be eating like a bowl of beans?
Preferably, considering this is a disc golf podcast.
But I don't know.
Hey man, you could just put like soup in the microwave if you want. I don't even care. Like, I'll try to make it. I'm
gonna frame it so bad. I'm gonna make me be like the top right corner. I'm gonna be like halfway out of frame.
And that's fine. Like, I brought this to myself, but I really feel like I can take like something stupid and hopefully make it interesting.
I'll give you something to work with. I'll give you
please. Okay, cool. My biggest weakness, I feel like, is not so much on like the creation side, I guess, of content creation, but it's more so like the social aspect. Like, I'm a pretty, I'm like a fairly personable individual, but I'm very bad at engaging in conversation. So like initiating conversation. So a lot of times I like kind of keep to myself, and I'm sure people kind of see that, but it's probably bizarre because you see how I act online, and then you talk to me and I'm just kind of like, I'll like talk like this, but I'm just, maybe people are like, oh, he thinks he's too cool, or maybe they think like he's like shy or something, which maybe that is true. So yeah, I would probably consider that my biggest weakness as a creator.
Yeah, I mean, I did go up to you first in pyramids, and you kept staring at me awkwardly, like. No, I'm just kidding.
I was like, wait, did I? I was like thinking about it.
No, you weren't. I literally just like snuck up behind you. And sorry, I have one more weakness I think that we all can relate to. It's just self-doubt. I think that's the big reason I have imposter syndrome is just like the doubt, like where it's like is this gonna work out? Like, is it like why am I doing this? Like this could crumble and fail, and it's all gonna fall on my head, and it's my name's on it. And it's, so I think that was that's the full fleshed out like imposter syndrome, where I feel just like I have times of like, let's do it, and times of like, what, I don't know what to do. I'm gonna fail or something like that. So I think that's something we all struggle with, just like the self. It's tough doing this stuff with such uncertainty. I mean, I think the experience I'm just mostly talking about from all this stuff is the expos, just because it's just a big event, and it's like I don't want to let anyone down, so I get really in my head about all the stuff. Like, you know, I don't want to let anyone down. I want everyone to like have the best time and enjoy each other, and, you know, grow, network, and make the most money and whatever that. And, you know, I think that's why I get in my head, because it's just such a thing that, you know, I don't want to let others down. So yeah,
it's something that's built up over an entire year, and then when it's actually happening, you're like, this is the payoff. This is the payoff.
Yeah, better work out. Yeah.
So, I get where you're coming from. Yeah, that's what I got this week.
Smaller scale. Yeah.
Completely.
Like, but going back to what you said, Sajko, I think that I've had a thought about like being personable as a creator as well. I think it's really interesting because, like, for you and kind of for me too, like I'd say we're both personable and engaging and like fun to talk to. Like, I think you're fun to talk to. Hopefully you think I'm fun to talk to too. But
get out.
Frick. My point is moot. But I think that a big part of being like a content creator is like networking and like, you know, putting yourself in situations where, you know, a brand can see you, or, you know, other people that would like to watch your content can see you. And something that I've tried to be better about, but I just feel so weird doing, is like reaching out, you know, and like messaging someone that is like a brand, or messaging someone when they post something good. That one's much easier because it's like, oh, I see something good, I'm going to tell them that they did really good. But like, it's something you have to be way more aware of as a content creator, because it's something that helps you, and honestly could help whoever you're reaching out to, you know, like a brand could benefit from sponsoring you like a ton, but maybe they just don't even know about you. Or there's another content creator who you could literally talk to out for hours about content, and you guys could both build each other up and support each other and have that support system. But if you're not going to reach out, it's not going to do anything. And so I think that's, it's definitely a weakness that I struggle with too. And I think that like, it's an important thing to try to like work on, you know?
Right.
Like,
and
like for your content, Sajko, I didn't see it until Ben was like, oh, we're going to do a podcast together. And I saw it. I was like, oh, this is hilarious.
And that makes sense. Like, yeah, that's not like offensive to me or anything at all. Actually, like one of the funniest comments that I got from someone, it was just like a direct message. They're like, dude, I love your content. Like, how do you have so few followers?
Yeah, there you go.
And like, that's nice, but at the same time, it's kind of like a backhanded compliment where it's just like, bro, you suck. Not actually. Obviously, it's nice, but it just,
I think
market yourself better, man.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly.
I think Joseph from Another Round does a really good job at that, where like
he comments on a bunch of stuff.
Comments everything, DMs people, calls people. Like, I think, and that's a good point. I think everyone should take, like, you know, I always think these things when I see videos or like pictures and stuff on Instagram and stuff. Like, I was like, what? Like, so what's stopping me from commenting? Because it's always like good stuff. So what's that? Like, I'm sure those to me, the comments mean so much when people comment something like nice. It's like like, thank you. That's it makes me cherish it. So like,
if I hover on a post, or like I think something about a post, or honestly, sometimes if I'm like, oh, this would be such a funny comment, I'm commenting. Like, there's nothing holding me back.
You do comment.
You know?
I do see you comment too.
I comment on a ton of stuff. Yeah. Like, if I see it, I'm probably going to comment, you know, like well, like I want to build people up. I'm not trying to be dark and mysterious. I'm sure you guys know that, like I'm a pretty open book,
So moody.
yeah.
Go listen to Taking Back Sunday after this. Yeah, my last point. I think like my biggest fear, like when it comes to that, is I don't want to come off as being insincere. Is that the word? Not sincere? Whatever it is. Like I'm afraid if I try to put in too much effort to being like, oh, what's up? Then someone might try to take that the wrong way, and they're like, maybe they kind of feel like they're being used a little bit. Which, as I'm saying it, it sounds kind of ridiculous. But like these are like real thoughts that kind of like linger in my head. So instead, I kind of just let them, like whatever connections happen, somewhat like naturally, and then, I mean, it's worked okay for me thus far. But yeah, I recognize that I would like to be a little bit more outgoing when it comes to like approaching people and talking with them.
Well, I think that.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Jamie.
Okay, I was just gonna say. I think what you're doing is like, I think it makes it more genuine. It just makes it harder,
right?
And I think I think there's a level of when you like overextend yourself, like you comment on every single post, even if you don't think something, or you DM every single creator, even if there's nothing there. That's when it becomes insincere. And I think
like the fire emojis or the hands up emojis, just on everything.
Yeah, on everything.
The tropes of disc golf.
It's like, okay, that's nothing.
Right.
But it's like finding that middle ground. Like sometimes I worry that I'm like just commenting to comment, and I'm like, okay, what's my heart posture behind this? Like, is there something?
Heart posture, dude. That's literally that's what this whole thing is about. Everything is about like what your intentions are behind your heart. Like, if it. It's just like that's I love that. What I was gonna say is that's what I love about this podcast, because we'd be having this conversation just sitting around the table, just like hanging out, and now we're just airing it for people to kind of. It's another disc golf therapy session for people to, I'm sure many people relate to us.
Should we just rename the podcast Disc Golf Therapy?
Disc golf
FROLF therapy.
That's hilarious.
FROLF therapy. I like FROLF therapy.
So yeah,
dude, someone told me
check
that
your hearts.
FROLF isn't called frisbee golf, because frisbee is trademarked. FROLF is frickin' disc golf.
Oh,
let's go, boys.
There we go. So you can say FROLF without worrying that it's trademarked. It's frickin' disc golf.
Amazing. Truly amazing. Yeah, let's move on.
Therapy sesh over. But it was awesome. Heart posture. Where you at? So let's get into OTB Open. It was this weekend. And I just have a few. I'm gonna say a few things and have a few questions for you guys. So in FPO, Ella Hansen takes it down in seemingly dominant fashion, shooting -8 first round, -12 second round, and -5 the third round, beating second place by 7 strokes.
Get wrecked.
Sheesh.
Sajko, I'm guessing you watched it, or Jay Millie, but what do you guys think about that? What did you see out there, and just tell me what you thought about the event on the FPO side.
Like the event as a whole, or Ella Hansen?
No, yeah. For the FPO, just like what you saw out there for Ella and in the field, or any cool storylines you got.
I think I'll focus a little bit more on Ella and just like the entire buildup that it has like happened to this point, like her actually winning. Her story kind of feels somewhat similar. I mean, obviously she's like way newer in the scene, but back when Waco of last year, where she lost to Kristen, and she basically, it's not like Kristen won. It's as if Ella gave it away to Kristen to win. It's very similar to Anthony Barella giving away European Open, and then finally this year just popping off. So we've all known that Ella has what it takes to be able to take down events, and now she's doing it. And I'm sure it'll be kind of somewhat similar to Evelina, where she's just smacking fools down and just taking titles.
She finally got Elite Series. Like last year, I picked Ella so much to win. I believed in her so much, and she's been so close. Like you said, at Waco. But yeah, it just seemed like her time was due. The FPO field is pretty amazing this year, with just like the parity and just new names coming up, which is a very exciting time. Yeah. So actually, this wasn't in our notes, but since we'll do this after we talk about FBO. We had Paige Pierce back at the top again. I believe she finished 5th. And this is actually the first OTB Open that has happened without her winning it, which is a crazy stat.
Whoa,
and,
what? Did it not happen last year, or did she win it last year?
She won it last year. Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
So what do you guys think? Is Paige Pierce back? Do you see her being a force from here on out? She's had some time to recover from the injury, or is it just because she's just nasty at OTB? What are your guys' thoughts?
I think it'll still take a few more events. I think this will be like this is what's to come, but it's not necessarily what will be the next few events. Like she's back, but she's not going to win or take down the next few ones. But give her 4 more events, kind of like what I feel like Paul's kind of doing as well. Like he's showing the flashes, coming out round 1 and being tied for first. Like I think they're both showing the flashes that they're still there, but they're not going to dominate like they used to, or even take something down in the next few events. I think that both of them will start really showing up in like 3 events, 4 events. That's my prediction.
Yeah. Like even looking over at Gavin Rathbun, I think people thought that like, oh, he's back. But then, I mean, it took him 2+ years to really come back from his injury. Like, sure,
last year he was
playing for like a year and a half, but now he's like really coming into his own again. So I think people, they're
exciting.
like Eagle comes back and they're like, oh, he's going to destroy the field. But like, you have to learn to trust your body again. And like,
and your discs.
Yeah, new discs. Like, you don't even know probably what it's like to throw as hard as you can. You probably have like some fear that's like underlying about just like, I don't want to re-injure anything. So, that takes time. That takes time to do. But yeah, she has everything obviously that it takes to do well. But I think it'll take a little bit more time.
Also, shout out Madison Walker for playing incredible. That's awesome to see. She's a Joe Men's commentator, 2 hot geese, and yeah, she's hasn't been doing as well probably as you like, but this was a solid finish at 7. So shout out Madison. And what I wanted to talk about, this was kind of a recent update. Kristen Tatar broke her ribs and is out for at least Jay Millie live reaction. So yeah, I guess she was doing some
I didn't even know that.
And she stumbled and broke a rib. So it's gonna take
That's at least today.
Yeah, she posted it like
I woke up to it
early this morning.
Yes. So she's gonna be out for 4 weeks.
4? Is she gonna miss Worlds? When's Worlds? That's a while. Right?
No, she's not.
No, she's missing like Beaver State Fling and
Portland.
Yeah, Portland. Yeah.
But who knows?
You know what really happened is she was like, should I drop this box on myself and give someone else a chance? yeah. I'll give some other people a chance.
It's very kind of her.
Yeah, she's just selfless like that.
It's very unfortunate and what happened, but fortunately it wasn't anything serious. Like a broken rib is like it's serious, but it's like very like you can still do normal stuff. Like you can still walk around. It's just like, for her optimum healing, it's best she just doesn't do anything because she's, I'll say it, the greatest of all time FBO player. So she wants to be back at her full. But yeah, any thoughts on the FBO field in the state and without Kristen Tatar? Sajko, go ahead.
I think it's just gonna be fun to watch.
Wild West.
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys said that at the same time?
No.
Oh, I thought Sajko said Wild West.
That'd be crazy.
I thought I heard Wild West at the same time. That was crazy.
I'm not sure if I could say that any better, really, though. Like, it's just gonna be whoever is on for that week, and they're gonna come out on top.
Yeah, I think that there's not going to be like a sheriff. There's not going to be someone in charge.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting.
It's just going to be whoever. Yeah,
I think it's going to be exciting. We're going to see some new faces winning, just like Ella. Emily Weatherman. Wouldn't be surprised she pulls out a random win.
Stacey Kiefer.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so my dark horse pick.
In MPO, Calvin Heimberg takes it down 27 under with Gavin Rathbun, who we were just talking about, on his heels the whole time. But seemingly in the last like back nine, even the last few holes, Vinny just turned it on, and he just couldn't miss a putt. I mean, he was banging 34 footers, 40 footers with confidence, like death putts. Boom, right into the chains, and that's what makes people great. Gavin was messing up a little there, and Vinny just took advantage of it in the final stretch. So the whole debate last year about Calvin was that he was so good, but he couldn't win. He won twice. Now he's won twice this year. Are we going to see a more dominant winning season from Calvin, or is this going to be more of a same as last year, get his 2 wins and play consistently, but not really able to squeak it out anymore? What do you guys think?
I mean, he'll probably get another winner or something like that. But real quick, like just talking about this course, I don't know who the course designer is, but this place is so cool. Like it doesn't even, like it somewhat feels like a golf course, but they did such a good job. Like you could tell that this designer really enjoyed making multiple lines on every hole. So it just felt like you could make the course your own however you wanted to attack it. Like hole 17, that is such a good approach. And like I actually really enjoyed watching this tournament. So yeah, kudos to that, whoever you are.
Kudos.
Didn't even answer your question.
1,000. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. We can move on. 1,000 Ray Productions.
Well, my answer is I think he gets at least one more. I don't know which one it is, but he for sure gets one more.
I think he's gonna get a few. I think he'll get 4. I think he knows how to win, and now even more. He played so consistent last year. He was like his average was like top 5 just of all the finishes, and I think now he's getting better, and he's going to take down the win. So one more thing on the MPO side is that the top 10 list for this event, take out Calvin Heimberg and Richard Wysocki. It is Gavin Rathbun, 2nd place, Brandon Lotta, 3rd place, Gavin Babcock, 4th place, Sullivan Tipton, 4th place, Ezra Aderholt, 6th place, Ezra Robinson, 8th place, Zach Nash, 8th place, Garrett Gerthy, 10th place, Andrew Marby, 10th place, and then Robert Burge, 10th place. I mean, I don't even have to elaborate on that. What are you guys thinking? It seems to be a different era of disc golf where it's just like literally anyone can win. What do you think?
Wild West.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you're a top 70 player, you have a chance to win that weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really what it comes down to.
I think it's like, this is a weird analogy, but I thought about this before. Like for the NFL, the Panthers stink. The Panthers are the worst team in the NFL, but you take any one of those guys and put them against, a college player or whatever. Like the differential is insane, like they're bad, but they're still like the best in the world. And I think that's how it's turning into for disc golf. Like I feel like a few years ago, it's hard to make the argument. But nowadays I think it's like, like Parker Welk coming out last year at DDO and just winning it out of nowhere. Like that's just going to keep happening where someone you're like, I don't even know who that is going to be in contention, like kind of like what Sajko said, top 70, they've all got a chance at top 10, even taking it down, someone has a good day, someone has a good weekend. Boom. That's a dub. That's all it takes.
There are dogs out there. It's a fun, like shout out Brandon Lotta. He's been grinding on the tour for a while, and it's awesome to see him, coming out. Pretty sure he played well last tournament as well. He
shot course record.
Last dynamic disc. Oh, well, he shot the course record or tied course record this. Yeah, he's been playing more solid than he has last year. Sorry, I thought he'd played way better, but his last event was Music City. Interesting. I thought it was way more recent than that. Anyways, Sajko, to wrap up the show, you got some notes. Tell us about it.
I thought we would.
Wait, Ben, why is this a shorter show? What's happening?
Yeah, let's share that.
Shorter show. I have to go film for Simon. So that video will come out. I don't know when. I don't know. I can't really say what we're doing, but yeah, I have to go film for Simon, which is why it's a shorter show. Anyways,
what a cool thing.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
I'd like to film for Simon, cool. Man. What the heck?
You live in Texas, so it's a little hard.
I do. He can't just call me up.
Yeah, I think
Ben,
we'll probably just.
can you disclose this? Does he pay you?
He pays me
love?
in many things. No, I can't disclose
Ooh.
it. It's
Okay, yeah. I was
That's
just wondering.
fine.
You don't
That's
have to
fine.
disclose it, man. Yeah.
it's yeah. It's
I'm just gonna assume he gives you $1 million per film.
Same.
That's my assumption.
Good for you.
Thanks.
Proud of you, man. You made it.
Thanks.
We're yeah, we have a lot more notes, but yeah, like we just said, it's going to be a little bit of a shorter episode, so I'm just going to jump ahead, I think, to the viewer submitted question of the week, because we didn't get to do it last week. We basically just ended the episode because we're like, we are so far over time right now.
Y'all got extra last week, and you're getting less this week. That's
yes, but hopefully it's a
Life's about
solid
balance.
episode, power punched with no mistakes, and all the points Sajko has from this week, we will talk about next week with our special guest.
Yeah, and this one will require a little bit of discussion. It's a 2-part question. They're not even related, but it's kind of like sweet and sour. So that's how we'll approach it. This one comes from Pure Disc Golf, and they ask, what is your
Pure.
deepest fear or favorite guilty pleasure snack? Those are 2 questions, and I was like, screw it. Like,
So we're answering both. We're answering.
yeah,
Is
so
it
it's like
2 questions or like
It's-
when they
it's 2
wrote
questions.
it? Was it together? Were they together?
well, they were together as one, but they're 2 separate questions.
Well,
so
if
I
it's
think
together as one, then it's asking our deepest fear snack.
Guys,
oh man, our
I
deepest
don't know.
fear.
I don't know if you just saw that. I literally just twitched thinking about my deepest fear. You'll have to
I
go
did
back
not.
and
I
play
missed that.
I literally just had a spasm thinking about it. Oh, that was weird.
Yeah, so we'll be the opposite. We'll start sour and then we'll go sweet to end it. So if you have
Okay.
if you want to hit me with your deepest fear, yeah, no pressure.
I can go first. I don't know if I really want to say this because it's a little corny and I don't want people sabotaging me and being mean to me and playing this person's theme music in my ear when they see me. But I have probably not as much anymore. But when I was a child, I had a deep fear of the Wicked Witch of the West from Wizard of
amazing.
Oz. So, I used to love the Wizard of Oz. I watched it all the time, but she just evolved into my dreams constantly. Nightmares. Every single nightmare, it had her involved. So that's why I haven't seen her face in over a decade, just because it was as a child it was miserable. It was like there would be dreams where my kitchen, my parents would be like, oh, the witch is here, and they'd give her over to me as if it was a play date, and then my kitchen would turn upside down and I'd start falling and then land in her lair.
Dude, this is elaborate. I don't even have I don't dream.
Yeah,
I don't dream as
either.
much. I don't have nightmares anymore, fortunately.
Okay,
Knock
well,
on
that's
wood.
good.
I do dream a lot. I mean, it's just such random dreams. I that I don't even remember because it's such a deep sleep. But and I'd land in her lair, and I remember there'd be times where I would be cunning, and I'd have to act like I'm in love with her. And
Dude, this straight up is therapy right now. This is...
yeah, listen, act like I'm in Jamie. Get that face off. Like that's no, and not in love with her. Like ooh, I'd have to be like her friend. Like I was her friend, friendly. I don't know, where I would just be like, hey, oh yeah, that's awesome. You're the best, and that would make her be happier with me and let me go. So tactically, I don't know how, in my dreams I would literally sometimes it was just terrible
This took
dreams
a weird turn.
where it was just her torturing me and I was so scared of her, and she was in every single one of my nightmares. Every single one. I kid you not. So as a kid, it was haunting to go to bed because I knew the Wicked Witch. It was so many different scenarios.
They put on a horror movie and then you just put on the Wizard of Oz.
Yes, and the theme song I'm talking about was dun, 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 dun. My cousins used to play that in my ear in the dead of night, and I would freak out. But
Bro, that
I
was
haven't
real. That was real. Mine
Yeah.
is not that psychological.
So it's the Wicked Witch of the West.
So you're still scared of her.
I don't want to know. I don't want to see her. I don't want to have a nightmare about her ever again. I haven't had a nightmare about her in like a while. It was when I was a kid. My brain was very, I guess, very imaginative and creative, because it was like I could guarantee a nightmare twice a week featuring the Wicked Witch of the West. And sometimes it worked, and it worked where I would like swoon her, where she wouldn't be as angry and nasty, and then sometimes it wouldn't, where it would be like, so.
Oh my goodness, Josh, you're like, that's so weird. Mine is also the Wicked.
No. Well, my gosh.
I know,
mean,
like it's kind of a
a hard one to follow.
A heavy hitter. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, okay, I'll go for my childhood one. I'm not scared of this chick anymore, but there was this book where I don't remember what it was trying to teach. I think it was trying to teach like to eat vegetables. And I remember when I was like 4 or 5, this chick would like be eating, and she wouldn't eat her vegetables. So her parents would give her like this pill, and she would eat the pill, and then her whole body would go like rainbow colored or something. And that was like her punishment or something weird like that. And I remember being so terrified that was going to happen to me, because I did not want to be rainbow colored in the slightest. And I remember I used to have nightmares on a similar level as Ben's. But
that's awesome.
that there's my childhood fear. You know, I
Holy.
stand in solidarity with
Yes,
being
see,
scared of powerful women as a
Yes.
child.
All right, I'm gonna go a slightly different direction. I think mine.
crickets.
So, kinda,
I hate crickets. No,
I work in wildlife. I hate crickets. It's my nightmare. No, I think I'm afraid of like the open ocean. So kind of like if you're
That
out
makes
in the middle of
sense.
the water and you look around, there's no land around, or like I was on a boat. Yeah, dead. Just take me out, please. I don't know why. Like the thought of like looking underwater and just seeing it go on forever and not being able to see the bottom, and just being able to be like, there are so many things down there that I have no idea what's below me, and they could just come up at any moment. Like that kind of scares me a little bit.
It's like it's so hard to like fathom how vast the ocean actually is. Like I don't know if you see those videos where it's like the background's like heave ho, and it's always just like ocean edits of the scariest stuff.
There's an entire world down there.
Yeah.
Well, like there are portions
like
of the ocean, like
95% of the ocean we haven't even been.
There you go. That was exactly what I was just gonna share.
Oh, sorry.
And
my
that's
bad.
no, that's fine, man.
It is terrifying. The idea of getting like falling off a boat or something, like you're just done, man. Like,
yeah,
I
don't
know.
know
You
where
can't even drink the water. Like come on
Yeah.
now. Like you're just done for. It's just.
Yeah, I don't know where it comes from. I just kind of, like I would go on boats fishing with like my buddies and stuff like that. So not really sure, but yeah, it is what it is. But
so
yeah,
can
if
you
have
like be in the can you be at the beach in the oh yeah. So it's just
like
more like just like the
it's
deep
not like
ocean.
it's not like I'm actually like horrified of it, but like when I think about it, I'm like that is
scary.
That is terrifying.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, guilty pleasure snack. It's probably not even
real quick.
Yeah.
Real quick. I found the book. It's called A Bad Case of the Stripes.
No.
Real.
And it's from 1998, and it's the main character is a girl named Camilla Cream. What a weird name. Who secretly loves lima beans. However, she refuses to eat them because her friends dislike them, and Camilla wants to fit in.
Yo,
so
dude, I have nightmares about it.
It's kind of bad like that.
Yeah, and she tries out 40 different outfits in an attempt to be fashionable. And then, so then on the first day of school, she wakes up to discover thick, solid colored stripes all over her body because she was trying to fit in. And I guess that's the lesson she's being taught. But I remember being terrified that was going to happen to me.
That makes sense. And Sean Astin has a reading, if you want to check it out, of him reading A Bad Case of the Stripes, which this is so random, but yesterday we were in the McDonald's drive-thru, and I'm with my friend James Roderick, aka Nick Carl's cousin. Some of you might know him. And the lady's like, so I like to have some fun when I'm with James. So the lady was like, oh, I got a vanilla soft serve because I love soft serve. And she's like, it's a little soft. I don't know why. And he's like, oh, it's okay. And as James, he was in the driver's seat, was given to me, I just yelled, I just got served.
What?
Just wait for it. I don't know why, because I'm just like, I don't know why. I don't know why I said it. It was just like came to my head because it's soft serve. She said it was soft.
I got it.
But then after I said that, like yelled it, she looks at James and says, you look like Sean Astin. And he was just like, I get that. And I was like, Sam, and then I just yelled, Samwise Gamgee? And then yeah. And then I was like, all right, we're off to Mordor to destroy the ring. Thank you to the lady. And so I thought it was and she said I looked like Adam Scott. So that was a weird way to tell a story, but
how is that pertinent?
Yeah, I dude, honestly,
where's the connection?
I just have my snack ready, like my guilty pleasure snack, and I'm like, where's this going?
No, listen, because I looked up a bad case of stripes, and Sean Astin has a reading video of him reading it. So I thought I'd share that random story of that lady who thought my friend looked like Sean Astin, and it was way funnier. You had to be there. You had to be there.
That's always the best story. You had to be there.
I hate telling stories where like it was only funny when you were the person that was there, and then when you tell it, it's just not funny at all.
I just really wanted to say I just got served again because it empowered me.
You killed it, man. I'm gonna dap you up real quick.
All right.
Yeah, you got a snack off the top of your head?
For me, I mean, you can see right here, guilty pleasure. Charlton Chews. I hung it up. That's how much I like them. I mean, I don't really like them as much anymore, but that used to be my favorite snack. I don't really eat them anymore. But yeah, I'd say.
So you're a liar?
What's
Charlton Chews?
Chew?
And it's
what?
You have to try it. It's nougat and chocolate, but soft serve. Actually, let's just go soft serve.
Like
that's why it's permanent. Soft serve. See, Sean Astin soft serve. I knew that's where we were going. That's why it makes sense because soft serve is my guilty pleasure snack.
Guy really said candy as a snack and then an ice cream as a snack.
How is that not a snack? How is a candy not a snack?
Would you consider that a snack, Sajko?
I mean, it's like in a bite-sized like little box where it all like bite-sized.
That's
like,
a dessert, though.
That's
I'm
like
like
a little
some-
movie box little thingy.
I'm like some hipster health food dweeb, so I don't like really eat a lot of candy. I'm like more of like a savory food kind of guy.
You can go. You go first.
I say that, and this is my guilty pleasure snack. So I've been making my own like homemade ice cream lately, but trying to make it like not I guess like quote unquote healthy. So it's like just peanut butter, cream, bananas, sea salt, and then throw it in the freezer. Boom, you got like homemade ice cream, and it bangs.
It's on fire.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I guess I am incorrect with the ice cream as a snack. I don't know. That's not me.
You're just
mine. I don't know. I feel like I don't really have like a guilty pleasure snack because I don't really feel bad about any of the snacks I eat.
Right.
But like, if I need a snack for some reason, peanut butter crackers hit harder than anything in the universe can hit.
Like the
for me.
orange ones?
Really?
Like the orange cheese ones?
No.
Okay, I was about to say, bro.
Get that outta
You're
here.
a little weird for that. The orange tracker.
It's I don't know which brand, but I just love peanut butter crackers for some reason. And like sometimes I'll get Ritz and just dip them in peanut butter, kind of same vibe. But peanut butter crackers.
That's not guilty
That's it for
pleasure at all. It's peanut butter's fine.
Yeah,
if it's
well,
on the
like
course-
I don't know. Do I?
No,
guilty
I'm saying
pleasure
that's a good one to say. I'm just saying like you don't have to feel bad about it is what I'm saying. I think that's
true.
Yeah,
True.
if it's like an on-the-go snack, mine would more so be like probably anything that's on like a charcuterie board. So like, just give me like piece of cheese or some
Yeah.
or just
Cheese
like
is so
some
good.
select
Gabagool.
Italian meats and
Gabagool.
cheeses. Yeah,
or
give me some of that. and
prosciutto.
I'm
I
happy.
love prosciutto, bro. Melts them up.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, if there's any spot to end, it's on prosciutto. Thank you guys
Yes.
so much for tuning in. We appreciate your patience after last week. We will continue.
We're
The
learning.
sky's the limit, y'all. Like, we're just going to keep going up. The Funsie takeover is imminent. Please like, subscribe, rate us on Spotify. Do all those great things. It shows Mr. Big YouTube Man that, like, oh, this podcast is probably pretty freaking sick.
Pretty
And we
sick.
appreciate everyone that does
And
that
we
and
love you
gives
all.
us your time.
Oh, actually, you know what?
Funsie.
Wait, give me a second. Let me. I wanted to do this last episode. Maybe we could start doing this to encourage people to leave comments and reviews. I'm gonna leave a review that someone personally messaged me. Shout out Pete. This
Oh,
is from Pete.
Yeah, that's a
Hey,
great
dude,
idea.
I've been running a little behind, but wanted to say I'm really digging the Funsie pod. I first heard you in Stagger Stance, which I love, but honestly, I don't keep up too much on the Pro Tour and get kind of behind really easy. I'm really digging Funsie for the fact that you guys are talking about the average disc golfer. Keep up the great work. I'm hooked. You got a fan for life. Keep up the great work, my dude. So shout out Pete. That was
Feels
very
good.
nice of you. So if you leave a comment like that, we'll read. We will read your review on this.
We'll read all of them, not just good ones.
No, we're gonna cherry pick.
No, we're
Okay,
gonna read
okay.
great ones.
No. Cool. That's it. That's how it
All
ends.
Funsie.
Nah, I'm
Funsie.
just playing. Thank you
Thank you
guys.
guys.
Peace.
See you next time. Funsie.
Funsie.